Hi everyone, this is Brad from Board Game Geek. I'm here with Randall from Catalyst Game Labs, and we're taking a look at the Vikings board game.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we've started kind of dabbling. I mean, obviously, we've been known for Battletech and Shadowrun for the longest time. We've started to do some other cool universes in Leviathans, Cosmic Patrol, but we also started moving into more just tabletop games in the Duke, Balance of Power, some of these other games we've released. And in the next 12 to 18 months, we're really starting to spin that up. And one of the exciting opportunities we had was to get the license for the History Channel's hit TV series Vikings, which is phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Pillaging and plundering plenty. And so we have this opportunity to do a game design for that. And we're actually doing two different games. One is called the Jarl, which is actually a reskin of our Duke game. So if anyone hasn't heard our Duke game, once again, you'll kind of see a theme here. If you go up on our website, catalystgamelabs.com, and then go into the Duke, you'll be able to download a complete print and play copy, the full rules. We're big believers in giving everyone the tools they need to make a decision whether this is a game for them or not, and then can check the Duke out. And so when we got this license, we knew right away this would be perfect to reskin for the Vikings. So it's all the rules are mostly the same. It's a whole new set of tiles you got to master. And even though it's a completely standalone game, one of the most exciting aspects is you can then actually go and face the Duke tiles. So one player can be playing the Duke, one player can be playing the Viking, and who gets to pillage and plunder more. And so that'll actually hopefully be out by the end of the year. Let's go into print here pretty soon.
Okay.
And then we have
board game here,
the board game aspect. This is when we first started thinking about it, we immediately were thinking along the lines of Lords of Waterdeep. I love that game to death. I've played it a ton. One of the things I like most about it is it takes that kind of more streamlined aspect that the German board game style, Euro style games have infused into gaming, but a lot of those games, even though, again, I've played a ton of those games, there's no flavor, or the flavor there is just skin deep.
Right.
It's just slapped onto the top of some really great mechanics. Right. And Lords of Waterdeep, I think, did a great job of really taking the flavor that Americans often seem to love more and really fusing it a lot better with the mechanics. And so we wanted that same thing. We wanted a kind of a Euro-esque style game, but with a lot more flavor in that. Cool. So we actually tapped a team, new game designers are up and coming, called Team Weasel. Sorry, it's kind of a little row here, so they keep swinging by, so I'm not going to tell them, you have to go round.
It is Saturday at Gen Con.
Exactly. So apologize for that. That's okay. But anyways, Team Weasel, new and upcoming game designers. We actually were part of, there's a speed dating design thing they do every evening here, where you go in and sit down for like 6 minutes and then go that for like 18 tables. And last year we did that, and we actually ended up buying a game from them. And then we kind of sent out a petition to a lot of different people saying, hey, pitch us a game design for a Vikings game. And they sent us this game, and we loved it to death. I think the things that really kind of set it apart is it is a tile laying game. But what's going to happen is you start here on your home tile with your own Viking ships, and as you head out into the water, you're then now, unfortunately, prototypes. This will actually have material on the back, and this one didn't. But just like you have land tiles that then you reveal something on the side, you'll reveal the same thing. So you head out in the water, and just like in the show, well, hey, we're going to head west. Are you sure? What's out there? You don't know. Right. So you got to kind of stock your boat up with various materials, whether it's cloth for your sails, whether it's food, whether it's enough warriors, enough to hopefully get you to land. And then as you're going and you're having to spend those various materials to hopefully survive to get to land. And then once you get to land, you then get to flip it over and start pillaging and plundering, getting the resources that you need, and then also getting resources to be able to fulfill the various offerings that you're then going to take back and offer up to the various Norse gods. Along the way, you're going to be able to then recruit the likes of Ragnar and Lagertha and all the cool characters from the show to help you better manage that ship and out in the pillaging and plundering, so each of them have a very special ability as you try to recruit them to your side. That happens for one season, 1 year, and then there's a second year and a third year. In the second year, you then lay out a new set of tiles that get a little more dangerous, but also a little more payoff, and then finally a third set of tiles. The other aspect of the game that I really love is that it's all the commodity that is the most rare, I mean, obviously we have a lot of commodities here, but the most rare commodity is days. In other words, year 1 starts at 30 days, and then year 2, 35 days, and then year 3 is 40 days.
Okay.
And then every time you do anything, whether it's go through your village or go through the tiles out here, whatever it might be, each one of those costs a certain number of days.
Okay.
And then it's the last person who is on the day tracker goes. So let's say if all the players are up here and I'm way back here and I manage to actually hit 2 or 3 tiles, it's only 1 day each, then I'm going to just keep going. But then I might suddenly hit a tile that's 5 days. I got stuck on something terrible. I'm going to skip over everybody, and now suddenly the others are moving. So it's this really cool dynamic of you never quite know.
Right.
It's never a time of, hey, I'm just going to sit back and not have anything to do, because at any moment suddenly it might be your turn again. So there's a lot of great dynamic play in there. So we're really excited about this.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of interesting mechanics that, use in a kind of a new way.
Yeah.
Like this sort of time mechanic and things like that.
There's not much in here that's totally brand new,
Right.
but there's a lot that have been brought it together in a way that I think is quite brand new.
Cool. Looks really awesome. Is this some early art here, or is this?
Yeah, actually, this is, unlike most of the rest of this where we're still prototypes on it, this is kind of the final ship art we have. And so we're really excited. Yeah, ultimately we're like, you're going to be staring at this ship card the entire game. This better be really cool Viking art. So yeah, we're really excited about how that's turning out.
Cool.
So like I mentioned earlier, I'm tweeting all the time. The Catalyst Tumblr, I post up there almost every day about various developments. We just announced, we're able to finally announce Vikings right before the show. So probably every week or two, at least one of those Tumblrs will be specifically about these 2 games, talking about development, sharing art, and so on.
Awesome. We'll look forward to these coming later this year or early next year?
Well, Jarl's will be the end of this year. This one will definitely be beginning next year.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.